Hello everyone and welcome back to a new video on my channel. In this video I would like to talk about the Bresser 20x80 binoculars and about using them for astronomy. It's been a long time since I've uploaded a video about binoculars, so therefore I decided to once again talk about specific binoculars on my channel and about using them for astronomy. In today's video I'm planning to talk about the Bresser 20x80 binoculars, and I've been using these binoculars for a few years now, and I've observed so many objects with these binoculars. And in this video I would like to share my experience with you, talk about a few specifications, and I'm planning to talk about attaching these binoculars to a tripod. Therefore I already set up one of my tripods, which is the tripod I'm usually using for astronomy with binoculars. In the end I'm planning to talk about pros and cons of these binoculars, and I'm planning to share some objects with you that you can observe with these binoculars in the night sky. Before talking about these binoculars in this video, it's important for me to mention that I'm planning to share some images in this video of deep sky objects, but you will not be able to observe the objects in the night sky like shown in these images. So I've captured these images with my big telescope, so you will not be able to observe the objects shown in this video like this with binoculars. Before talking about the binoculars, I would like to mention that this video is not sponsored, I'm not being paid for it, and all products shown in this video were purchased by myself. But now, let's get started. So these 20x80 binoculars do come with this nice carry case. It's good, it's big enough, and the binoculars are quite safe in this carry case. So it's definitely quite nice. So when opening this carry case, you can already see the 20x80 binoculars by Bresser. So here we go. So let's take them. Here we go. So these are the 20x80 binoculars. So as you can see, they are quite big. So I've used different binoculars over the last few years. So for example, 10x50 binoculars and even smaller binoculars, and now these 20x80 binoculars. And these binoculars are definitely the biggest binoculars I've ever used. And the first time when opening this package, I was pretty amazed by how big these binoculars actually are. So when buying these binoculars, it's definitely amazing having these binoculars because they are so big. Now let's talk about a few details of these binoculars. So these binoculars are 20x80 binoculars. So first of all, these two numbers, so 20 and 80, are very important when planning to buy binoculars for astronomy. So if you're looking for different binoculars, first of all, check these numbers because they are very important when planning to buy these binoculars. Both numbers are important, and now I'm planning to talk about these numbers. The first one, 20, stands for the magnification. So these binoculars do have a magnification of 20 times, which is actually quite a lot, honestly. So when comparing these binoculars with other binoculars on the market, you will quickly realize that there are not a lot of binoculars that do have a magnification of 20 times. For sure, there are even bigger binoculars, but most time these binoculars are even smaller. So 20 times of magnification is a lot. So you can observe a lot of objects with these binoculars. So magnification is definitely important. So in this case, with 20 times magnification, you can achieve a great view of the moon, of deep sky objects, and I've even observed planets with these binoculars. In this case, it's very important not to expect a lot, because 20 times magnification is not a lot when observing objects in the night sky. But you can observe these planets. So for example, when observing Jupiter, you can see the moons of Jupiter, which is quite amazing, and I've not expected to see them with just binoculars. So I was pretty surprised when I seen the moons of Jupiter through these binoculars. So 20 times of magnification is definitely great for observing a lot of objects in the night sky, including these nebulae as well. The number 80 stands for the diameter of the optical component of these binoculars. And that is, for me personally, the number that matters most. For me personally, because in astronomy we are observing very dark objects. So just as an example, when using binoculars for observing objects in nature, these objects will be very bright, but when observing objects in the night sky, these objects are very dark, which means that we need to collect more light. And when planning to collect more light, we need a bigger diameter of the optical component. So for me personally, the diameter of the optical component is more important than the magnification of your binoculars, at least for me. And I guess that is something that most other people will think as well, because we have to collect a lot of light in order to be able to observe these very dark objects. So in this case, we do have a diameter of 80 millimeters. So at the front, we do have these nice covers that secure and protect the glasses built in these binoculars. So when removing them, you can already see that these binoculars are very big. So 80 now means the diameter of these glasses. So these binoculars do have a diameter of 80 millimeters. When planning to observe these very dark objects in the night sky, it's very important to have a bigger diameter of these optical components. In this case, 80 millimeters is perfect for astronomy, definitely. So most other binoculars will have a smaller diameter, but for sure there are also bigger binoculars, but they are very heavy and I've not used them so far for astronomy. So these are the biggest binoculars I've used for astronomy so far. I've observed all objects I've planned to observe, and I was pretty surprised by how good these binoculars are. So for me personally, it's not necessary to buy bigger binoculars. For sure you can do so, but I'm more doing astrophotography, so I'm not using these binoculars all the time. So I'm more using my telescopes for astronomy, so for astrophotography. So these binoculars are very good for observing these objects in the night sky. At the back there is another cover that protects the binoculars, so just wanted to mention that. Now I'm planning to talk about this central piece. So this central piece allows you to attach these binoculars to a tripod, and that is something that I highly recommend. Now I'm planning to focus on this central piece. So this one is for attaching your binoculars to a tripod. I've already prepared a tripod in order to be able to share that with you how to do so. This adapter is needed when planning to attach these binoculars to a tripod. It's very easy, just attach this adapter to the tripod like this. So it's very easy to do that. Now we can already attach the binoculars to the tripod. When turning these binoculars, you can see this ring. When moving this ring, you can move the central piece of these binoculars. This piece is for balancing the entire binoculars. Balancing your binoculars is very important because these binoculars are quite heavy, so they are a little over 2 kilograms, quite heavy I guess, so you'll definitely need a tripod in this case, and balancing is very important as well. So then you can attach them simply to a tripod like this, and then you are already ready, and now you can observe the night sky. So now I'm planning to talk about the pros and cons of these binoculars. So for sure a big advantage of these binoculars is the magnification and the diameter of the optical components. So with this magnification you can observe a lot of objects, even smaller objects, and on the other side with 80 millimeters of diameter you can observe even darker objects, which is great. So we'll definitely see the objects better in the night sky with these binoculars compared to 10x50 binoculars, for example. So these binoculars are definitely perfect for astronomy. But for sure, having a higher magnification and big diameter also has its disadvantages. Therefore, these binoculars are very, very heavy, which means that you'll need a tripod. That has different disadvantages for you, so for sure it will be easier for you to observe the night sky when not needing a tripod. Something I forgot in one of my last videos when talking about binoculars is that when using a tripod, you will not be able to observe objects that are very high in the night sky. So a lot of people wrote comments down below in the comments that this is a disadvantage of using these binoculars with a tripod. And I forgot that back then, but it's a very important aspect that I'm planning to mention in this video. So when bringing the tripod in that position, this is the highest position that you can observe, which means when objects are very high in the night sky, you will not be able to observe these objects. For sure, there are different ways where how you can do that too, but generally speaking, it's not possible. Now I'm planning to share some objects with you that you can observe with these 20x80 binoculars. So one of the easiest objects is the Orion Nebula. The Orion Nebula is a very big and bright object in the night sky. It's very easy to find, which makes it a great object for these binoculars. So you will see a lot of structures through these binoculars, but you will not see the Orion Nebula like shown in this video. So keep that in mind. Another object that is quite nice is the Pleiades star cluster. The Pleiades star cluster is a very big and bright star cluster in night sky that you can even see without using binoculars for astronomy. So it's very easy to find that one, and you can see some great structures in this star cluster. The next object is the Andromeda Galaxy. The Andromeda Galaxy is a very big and bright galaxy in night sky, and when looking through these binoculars you can even see the spiral arms of this galaxy. So that's definitely quite amazing seeing this galaxy through these binoculars. Another object that is great to observe is the North American Nebula. It's a very big and bright nebula that lies in the Milky Way region, so you can see a lot of structures when observing this object, and I definitely recommend to do it. Something that's important for me to mention, when planning to use these binoculars, definitely make sure to observe these objects when there's a new moon, because then it's easier for you to see and find these objects in the night sky. So that's everything I've planned to mention so far. If you have any further questions about these binoculars, definitely feel free to ask me down below in the comments and I will definitely help you. I have already published some other videos about binoculars, so definitely make sure to check out these videos. If you would like to further support me, you can now become a member of my channel. Becoming a member of my channel would really support me. That means a lot to me. If you have any further questions about binoculars, definitely feel free to ask me down below in the comments and I will definitely help you. And if this video was interesting and helpful to you, I would really appreciate a like and a subscription. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, clear skies, Felix.